Hey guys! Today we're not gonna do any insane one-shots, but we're going to test and talk about the BFA feature called PvP scaling. For those of you who don't know what PvP scaling is, it's a hidden system that modifies your damage, healing, and damage taken in PvP, depending on your eye level compared to the enemy. But you won't know your true damage, since it will appear on the enemy screen instead. There are some big consequences with the system. Many times upgrades are not actually upgrades for you, even if it looks to be the case. Let me showcase a clear example of PvP scaling. What happens if you put on a socket on your gear that increases your versatility by 50? Obviously, we should be taking less damage, and doing more damage by upgrading our versatility. But thanks to PvP scaling, is that really the case? Alright, you can do a clawing shadow when I haven't socket my gear yet. Okay, go for it.
Okay.
Alright, that was 11,350. I should probably write damage taken, clawing shadow, no gem. Alright, if you do that again just to make sure it's not like any procs or anything. It's the same, alright, great. Now I'm gonna do my judgment and we'll see without a socket how much it does. Okay, how much was that? Okay, 17,076. Just gonna make sure it's the same. It's the same, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so that's much damage without a socket. Now I'm gonna put a socket on my legs. And we're gonna see. Let's put in the Versa right there. And we're gonna see how much better I get when I get 50 more Versa. I mean, it increased my stats, right? So I should get way more damage done. Okay, not way more, maybe like 1% more damage. Let's say a little bit more damage, a little bit more damage reduction. Okay, now I got my socket on me. Otherwise, exact same gear. You do a clawing shadow. And I took 11,383. And that is more damage taken than before. So I actually take more damage by increasing my stats for some reason. That's really great. Alright, if I do a judgment, how much damage is that? Oh shit, it's crit. How much is that? That is less damage. And I do not think I had a proc. Is it the same one more time? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I should do less damage. I take more damage, but increase my versatility with this awesome socket. So now we know that using sockets actually reduces your performance. The reason for this is that sockets add to the PvP scaling formula. The following command, when typed in game, will show your eye level. It is the third one shown that is your PvP eye level, used when the game decides your damage, healing, or damage taken multiplier in PvP. I'll add a link in the description if you want to read up more about it. Now let's move on to the second test. We're going to compare a 465 and a 480 eye level asteroid piece to see what scaling does to it. Okay, let's see. We can try now. 11,429. 11,429 on a clawing shadow. You can try one more time to see. Okay, yeah, it's the same. Alright, so it's 11,429 damage taken, clawing, when I got the good helmet. Then let's see judgment. How much was that?
I didn't type it before.
Oh, it's okay. 16,9... Alright, 16,963 judgment damage. I spelled that completely wrong. Alright, let's lower eye level to a 465, exactly the same type of asteroid, and we see my damage and damage taken. Alright, I got the bad one on me right now. You can test your clawing shadow. 1125. Alright, so you see my damage taken is actually like 200, around 200 less compared to have a 480, and that's kind of a lot. It's like, okay, it's about 2% damage reduction if I lower my eye level from 480 to 465 in my head. Let's see my judgment and see if that is good. Oh, it's a crit. Oh, rip. Alright, let's go. Okay, how much that? I mean, how much did that do? 6969, that is...
The same.
It is pretty much exactly the same. As you saw, I end up taking about 2% more damage when I use my 480 piece compared to my 465. In the case of Asteroid, however, the benefit from traits will probably make them still worth it. Our last test will be using a real low eye level piece and compare it to a way higher one. If PvP scaling wasn't a thing, our damage taken should be exactly the same, since none of the stats on the two items impact our damage taken from magic sources. I'm gonna use my good hands, and I wanna test my damage taken. Try a clawing shadow on me. 11907. Okay, so we did, you did 11,907 clawing shadow damage taken. Good hands. And then if I have my bad hands, there should be no difference if PP scaling wasn't a thing, but it probably will be. Alright, let's try again. 12,151. Oddly enough, we take more damage. So PP scaling worked against us when lowering our eye level in this case. All around, PP scaling is really confusing how it actually works, and how it impacts different equipment slots. Sure, people might say it's just a bug that gems make you perform worse, and that the system is fine, but I disagree. We've seen plenty of times throughout BFA with bugs that happen because of PP scaling. Even if there are sometimes niche scenarios, I'm sure a complete new expansion like Shadowlands will bring with it many other bugs associated with it. The system itself feels bad too. People want to know how strong they are and how much their abilities actually do. It's a similar issue that if you PvP, many abilities are nerfed without it being stated anywhere in game. You're at a disadvantage if you haven't kept up to the patch notes the last few years. I understand the reason PvP scaling is a thing. To make new people, or undergeared people, not be completely obliterated the moment they step into PvP. However, with the addition of having to grind other systems, such as corruption, asteroid essences, new geared people will still get blown up really badly. The main thing PvP scaling actually causes is a confusion across the player base, what gear to actually aim for, and if an upgrade even is an upgrade. In my opinion, the best system would be something similar to what we had back in Wars of Draenor. We had the scaling back then too, but it was the gear itself that scaled, and not the numbers. The things you saw on your screen were true, as well as your stats. You clearly saw your gear scale up, and nothing was hidden from you. I would suggest making it so anyone below a certain eye level have their gear scale up to a point once they enter PvP combat. For live WoW, let's say 450, and leave the gear that's above 450 working just as it should. This will make it so new players aren't complete pushovers, but people putting in time will feel rewarded with greater strength. Strength they actually know exists. What do y'all think about the current PvP system? Comment below, I look forward to hearing what you guys think.